The hinges were badly rusted. There had to be a way to free those hinges. Silence. That was either a sign, or there was just no one behind the door. It was just a door. Nothing interesting about it. I had no reason to try that. There was nothing I could do with the cup. The lamp had an old knob that I guessed was for turning it on. Oh, yuck! At least the knob worked. I collected a small amount of oil in the old cup. The oil dripping onto the floor was a fire hazard. I hoped the oil would free the hinges. I could almost hear the hinges sighing with relief. Here goes. A book title sprang to mind. 1,001 Uses for Lamp Oil.
Madame Petra, we didn't hear you arrive.
Obviously.
And did you have a pleasant journey?
No. Now get back to your jobs. Both of you.
Our apologies, ma'am.
Security is too lax around here.
Yes, ma'am. Your belongings have been taken up to your apartment.
Good.
Miserable bitch.
The guard was armed and looked dangerous. I knew he'd kill me without a second thought. But at the same time, he probably believed I was a cold-blooded killer too. What's your job here?
To make sure that no one gets through the front entrance, ma'am.
I fought the urge to tell him to drop and give me 20. How many men do we have on the grounds?
A double complement on the perimeter, ma'am. No one gets in or out without us knowing. Guaranteed.
If that was his idea of a guarantee, I wasn't shopping for watches locally. Anything to report?
There was a broken-down car near the front gate.
Anything suspicious?
Just some stupid French woman who probably ran out of gas.
I was going to remember this guy. Stupid French woman, indeed. Everything all right?
Bit nervous, ma'am. It's my first day on the job.
Just make sure no one gets in, and it won't be your last. Going blonde had brought out the mean streak in me. I rather enjoyed it. You see this pencil?
Yes, ma'am.
There are 15 ways I can kill a man using this.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
The door looked pretty secure. It wouldn't have looked out of place in Fort Knox. The security door had no handle or visible way of opening it, but there was a card reader on the wall. Just some delivery notes. Some were for food, others for washing powder. I would have hated to do the laundry for this lot. Any news?
It's been pretty quiet.
What about an attack from inside?
Everything is battened down tight.
Good. Now, would you care to explain why you are reading on duty?
Just trying to improve myself, ma'am.
Do it again, and the next book you buy will be in Braille.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
The security door over there. Could anyone get through it?
No, ma'am. It's the most secure there is. Oh, by the way, ma'am, have you had a chance to see the security sergeant yet?
No. I shall get his report in good time.
He's waiting to issue you with your security card.
Oh. Where can I find him?
He's checking the perimeter, so he's somewhere outside.
Thank you. Where was the prisoner taken?
To Senor Susara's office in the lower levels.
Is he on his own?
2 guards went with him, ma'am. He cannot escape.
For your sake, he'd better not. Hello. I wonder if you can help me.
Are you Madame Petra?
That's right.
How can I help you, ma'am?
That's a very fierce-looking dog.
Trained to kill as soon as he's released, ma'am.
Good. Just don't release him near me. Understand?
No, ma'am. You hear that, rascal? You're not to hurt a nice lady.
Rascal? You! I need some help.
You're Madame Petra, isn't that right?
No, I'm Madonna.
Whoa!
Idiot! Of course I'm Madame Petra. What a disgusting dog.
Thank you, ma'am.
What's his name?
Raptor.
How appropriate. More appropriate than a rascal. Who are you? Come on. I haven't got all day.
Sergeant of Security, ma'am.
I am Madame Petra. I have just arrived.
Of course, ma'am. I have a security card for you. Here you are.
Thanks. That wouldn't work here. I have some questions. Not right now. There was no way to open the door directly. It was the security card that should have been given to Petra. I thought about it, but decided against it. That wasn't a good idea. I didn't really want to go messing with things I didn't know about. It was the security layout for some part of the building. I had no idea where. The woman was hunched over a computer terminal. She was really into her work and doing a fine job of ignoring me. Excuse me!
Please, ma'am, do not interrupt me. I cannot afford mistakes.
I need you to answer a few questions. What exactly is it that you are doing?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I have strict instructions to report only to Senor Cesaro until we have finished our preparations for the armillery.
Yes, of course. This card required validating. Could you do that for me?
Of course, ma'am. There you are. Now please excuse me, Madame Petra. I must get on with my work. Senor Cesaro will be very upset if I don't finish this.
No way was I doing that. There was no way to open the door directly. After what I'd been through to get the card, I was desperate to see what lurked down below. The cell was locked and empty. Oh no! Someone was coming.
It was the laundry that I had landed in. The aromatic effect of over 400 cheesy feet was mind-blowing. I knew that stealing putrid socks wouldn't solve anything. The washing machine slid sweetly onto the trolley. Well, here goes. Yes!
Take that, you!
Oh! Why, you...
George?
Who?
It's me, Nico!
Jeez, I thought you were Petra.
Often sneak up on girls like that, do you?
Only blondes.
So it's true. They do have more fun.
Hang on to the wig and find out.
Trailer trash chic. Not really my style.
Ouch. So how come you're down here?
Did you notice the extra security? I'm guessing that Bruno must be close.
So what are we waiting for? Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
I have to admit, the blonde hair is a bit strange.
Oh, really? Nobody said anything.
That's because the outfit's so scary. They're all terrified of you. So, did you find Bruno?
No, I don't know where he could be. The guards in the entrance hall said that he had been moved to Cesaro's office. Down here somewhere.
Hey, Nico. Can you do something with this lock? I don't have anything to open it.
Where would you be without me, George?
The locker had some guards' uniforms hanging inside. Looks like green is the new black for bad guys. Well, this should help me move around more easily. Nico, could you turn your back, please?
You are joking.
I know, but it's these shorts. Not very flattering.
Oh, fine. Quickly, get it over and done with.
There, changed.
Oh, you look nice.
I bet you say that to all the guards. Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
Right. Here goes.
Madame Petra, I wasn't informed you were back.
As you can see, I am. And this is urgent.
I ought to check with the front desk.
You are holding me up. Now, unless you want your appendages rearranging, I suggest you open the door.
Of course, ma'am. My apologies.
I couldn't hear anything behind the door. Probably because it was about 5 inches thick and made of toughened steel. Nico, keep quiet and come and look at this.
It's Bruno.
I don't think there's anyone in there with him.
Can we risk it?
We've got to. Hey, Bruno
Bruno, it's Nico.
and George.
Hey, fellas, nice of you to drop by.
Are you okay?
Oh, sure. I'm thirsty, I'm hungry, I'm in constant pain. I've had more electricity through me than a small town in winter. But heck, now you're here, who gives a damn?
You're so brave.
Lady, I grew up in Eastern Europe. We did torture in kindergarten.
Have you told him anything?
Everything. But the one thing Cesaro wants,
And what's that?
who has got the Key of Solomon?
But we don't know who's got it.
Exactly.
Well, it doesn't matter now. We're coming into... Shh.
That was the gatehouse. Petra has arrived at last.
I am so pleased for you.
Thank you. I find torture such a soulless task without an audience.
Oh, I know.
And she is so imaginative. Such a source of new ideas.
I appreciate that.
Yes, Bruno, I truly believe you will. And look on the bright side. When you tell us who has the key, even then we will not kill you. We need you too much. My dear girl.
Has he talked yet?
No, but I'm sure you will persuade him.
I'm going to enjoy it.
Now, Stobart and the girl. I hope you bring me good news.
I found them, but I'm afraid they got away. I'm sorry.
They have too much luck.
There is worse, Master. Let him in.
All right, boss.
Not this idiot.
Forgive me, sir, but there is something you must hear. Flap, tell Senor Cesaro what you told me in Paris.
What? About that nightclub and those girls?
No. About the safe.
Oh, yeah. Well, it wasn't, was it?
Wasn't what?
Wasn't safe?
Get on with it, Flap.
That Stobart girl, she came back to the theater, took some documents.
What documents?
A picture of a castle in Prague.
This castle.
Very good. Give the man a cigar.
Flap!
Sorry, sir.
Wait, what is that?
Do you like it? It's my new scarf. That Stobart girl left it behind in Paris.
What is it?
You can go, Flap. Get out.
Thank you, sir.
Well, Bruno, it's your lucky day. Now I know who has the key. We do not need to put Petra to work on you.
No? How?
The emblem on the scarf. It is the crest of the St. Stephen chapter of the Knights Templar.
I thought they had disappeared centuries ago.
Clearly not. And I know exactly where to find them. That fool Flap had the answer all along, wrapped round his thick neck.
Collard must be working for them.
So, now we must change our plans. I shall go to Paris to retrieve the key. You take Ostwald to the armillery to prepare. Give the order that all personnel are to prepare to move out.
It's time, isn't it?
Yes, my dear. It is time.
The grill looked through to some kind of office. It could give access if the grill itself wasn't in the way. Now that wasn't quite right. The grill was screwed tight to the wall. I wasn't going to be able to pull it off with my hands. The edge of the coin was just the right size to unfasten the screws. I couldn't get through the narrow gap.
George, when I first knew you, that would have been no problem.
Guess I must be carrying a little more muscle, huh?
Yeah, the fat kind.
Okay. Look, whatever I said about you in that wig, I apologize.
Apology accepted.
Phew.
Won't make you any thinner, though.
Nico?
Yes?
I don't like to ask, but
Would I climb through the grill and open the door from the inside?
amazing. You read my mind.
You're just so predictable, George. You owe me one.
That's okay. I'm not counting. Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
Where do you think that secret passage leads to?
I have no idea. Could be a quick route for Cesaro to get out.
Well, it's our only exit now. Going back out through the castle would be madness. Nico, look!
It's some kind of map of ley lines.
See the area in the middle?
It matches the diagram in Vernon's video.
It seems to have its focus somewhere in Egypt.
So do you think that's where they've taken Bruno?
Oh, I think so. The armillary must be in Egypt.
Well, that should be easy enough to find.
Sure. I mean, how big can a country be? Books on Egypt and Egyptian culture. It would take months to trawl through this and decipher it all. Cesaro's desk was straight out of the Megalomaniac catalog. Aha! Look at this.
What is it?
Secret button hidden under the edge of the desk. Maybe it opens the door. The desk was too heavy to move. And besides, we needed to find a way to follow after Bruno. If the world ends when I press this, then I'm sorry for all the nasty things I've ever said about you.
George, just get on with it.
Okay, sorry.
Well done, George.
Let's go and rescue Bruno.
Out of interest, what nasty things?
Oh, you know, the usual.
The usual? Go on. Andre, what are you doing here?
I thought I'd keep Beatrice company.
Andre took me to the cinema.
What did you see, Nosferatu?
George,
Andre, we need your help.
Of course.
what do you want him to do?
That symbol on the scarf?
Yes?
Cesaro recognized it instantly.
It's the coat of arms of the St. Stephen chapter of the Templars.
My God.
What?
I always thought it was just a story.
Look, Andre, tell us what you know.
Tell us, chérie.
The St. Stephen chapter was reputed to have escaped the Inquisition by hiding in secret chambers, somewhere in Paris. No one knew where, though previously they had their base near the old church at Montfaucon.
Maybe I can find a clue in the old Templar meeting place.
What do you mean?
The Templars used to meet in secret in the catacombs there.
Of course.
There's more.
Go on.
It involves the founding of the chapter.
We don't have time for tales, Andre.
Listen, Nico, If there's one thing I've come to realize, it's that you can't have too much information. Carry on, Andre.
Thank you, Georges. When the Templars were in possession of the Temple Mount in Israel, they discovered a holy relic. A young knight, Stéphane, was given the task of transporting it secretly to France. He traveled north through Galilee and then headed to the coast where he boarded a ship destined for the river Po. Making his way up the Po Valley, Stéphane avoided known dangers to the west by heading north to the Rheingau. Pursued into France by the forces of a treasure-hunting prince, he was forced to make a stand in the mountains of Reims. Though able to dispose of his foes, he was fatally wounded. Bravely, he continued to his destination, the Bérentoire Preceptory, handed the relic to the master of the chapter, then died. The order changed its name to Saint-Stéphane, in honor of the brave knight, and relocated to Paris.
It's like a fairy tale.
Good grief.
I'm going to head for Montfaucon to look for clues. Nico?
You go without me, George. Andre and I will see if we can work out the exact location in Egypt.
Right. Well, I'll see you soon then.
Off you go, Georges.
I was back in Montfaucon Square after all these years. Beneath the cobbles lay a hidden world of ancient waterways and catacombs, some of it built by the Knights Templar as a meeting place and sanctuary. Once again, I was going to have to go down there to discover the truth. The guy was sleeping like a baby. Hey, you! I'd seen dead people with more life in them than this guy. Hi, how you doing?
Ça va? As long as we don't have another earthquake.
Well, you should be safe here, by the old church.
You're joking. Look at it.
But it's medieval.
Medieval? Shoddy, you mean? Should be torn down and replaced with something modern.
Really?
Something nice in concrete and steel. Built to be earthquake-proof.
You think there's gonna be more quakes?
Of course. And look at all that rubble. The thing's a death trap. Wait a minute. You seem very familiar to me.
Me? Oh, I doubt it.
But of course. You're the guy who gave me that racing tip.
Oh, right, so I am.
That horse made a fortune for me. Turned my whole life around.
Guess I'm just a natural.
It's a gift, monsieur. A gift.
But how come you're still digging up roads?
I've got my own company now, monsieur. And a drill. See? Not a pick. If you have any more tips like that one...
You'll be the first to know. What exactly are you doing here?
These damned earthquakes are screwing everything up. There's plenty of stuff underground needs fixing after that last shock.
So you're digging a hole for the utilities guys to get to the damage?
That's it. And the sooner we're out of here, the happier I'll be.
You said we. I don't see anybody else working.
My workmate, Alphonse, is snoring up a storm in the cab of my truck.
Why isn't he helping you?
Medical exemption. He's got a piece of paper from his doctor saying he is clinically seismophobic.
He's afraid of earthquakes?
Just so, monsieur.
And you believe it?
You can't argue with a piece of paper, can you?
So, how did you end up with this Alphonse guy?
Positive discrimination. We have to take on a set number of cowardly idiots every year.
In the open tool bag, I could see a sewer key. In the open tool bag, I could see a sewer key. In the open tool bag, I could see a sewer key.
Hey, monsieur! Leave those tools alone!
Me? Oh, I was just admiring them.
Well, do it from further away!
I couldn't lift a big iron cover like that with my bare hands. On the boarded-up door was a notice. Due to local seismic events and out of concern for the safety of our patrons, we will be closed for the foreseeable future. I didn't want the notice, and I didn't want to break into the cafe. Hi, how are you?
Alive, thank God!
I know the feeling. Nice view of Montfaucon Square you've got here.
What's the point of a view when life's not worth a sou?
Hey, you're not one of those crazy hip-happening street poets, are you?
Don't be ridiculous, monsieur. I look after a pissoir.
Have you met that road worker over there?
Bah! That dog! Comes over here willy-nilly taking advantage of my facilities.
Isn't that what your facilities are for?
Yes, sir. But not with such enjoyment.
What do you mean, enjoyment?
He whistles, he sighs, he spits, and he jiggles.
Jiggles, huh?
Jiggles! He has no shame.
That's a problem.
It's a national disgrace.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, it's a urinal, not a cathedral.
Ah, men, you are all the same. And when you are not jiggling, you are watching football. Gah!
This wasn't going to be easy. The lady clearly needed years of Jungian analysis, and I didn't have time to wait. So what do you do?
I'm a brain surgeon. What do you think?
I think you look after this pissoir.
Zut alors! No flies on you, monsieur.
As long as I don't go in there.
And just what is that supposed to mean? Huh?
Whoa, my mistake. I backed off. It's a well-known fact that toilet attendants account for the majority of homicides in France. Must be the bleach blocks. You take pride in your work?
This pissoir is the cleanest and most hygienic in all France.
That must take a lot of dedication.
Yes, sir. In this job, the harder you work, the more other people just pass water upon your efforts.
I know the feeling. It's all very well having urinals here if I want to... But if a guy wants to, you know...
You shall have to use facilities elsewhere, monsieur. As you can see, the toilets were damaged in the earth tremor. Hey!
What? Who, me?
What do you think you're doing up there?
Admiring the view. I can see right into your pissoir from here.
Pervert! Get down from there before I call the police.
Okay, I'm coming. Hi again. Any good gutters around here?
Quoi? A gutter?
Yeah, a common roadside gutter. I need to whiz, lady.
A whiz? What is this whiz, monsieur? Mon Dieu! You mean you wish to... in a gutter? Why, in the name of all that is hygienic, do you want to use a gutter? When there is a perfectly clean pissoir here.
That might pass for clean in the old world, lady. But I'd rather whiz in a gutter any day.
This is an outrage. I shall investigate.
You do that. You never know when you might need a length of rope.
Hey! You up there!
Oh, hi there!
I will not have some peeping Toms spying on my customers while they do their business!
Hey, I'm not spying on anybody.
Want to explain that to the police?
No, not really. Coming down. There wasn't a whole bunch I could do with the fountain except admire it. One of these days, I was going to see this fountain working. Not today, though. Hi again. I was just wondering, that sewer key you have there.
No,
I haven't even asked yet.
you were going to. You got a thing about sewers, haven't you?
Well, yeah, maybe, but...
My old sewer key went missing after our last meeting.
Hey, don't forget, I gave you that winning horse.
True. So, get me another winner, and I'll let you make free with my toolbox.
Some hope. I'd have to think of another way of getting it.
Mon Dieu, so help me! Hey, Alphonse, what do you think you're doing, idiot?
While the workman was looking the other way, I borrowed his sewer key. Funny, every time I get involved in saving the world, I turn into a kleptomaniac.
Look, Alphonse, I am tired of arguing with you. Just be sure it doesn't happen again, huh?
With only the faintest shudder of déjà vu, I prepared once again to get intimate with the Parisian sewers. Come on, you piece of... I couldn't understand it. I'd once lifted this very manhole easily. Perhaps I'd let myself go.
Hey, monsieur, that's not my sewer key by any chance.
No! What do you take me for?
You just happen to carry one around with you.
Of course. Doesn't everybody?
Sure. Anyway, you're wasting your time. That cover was welded down years ago, during the Sieur Jacques Panique.
Great. If I wanted to shift that cover, it'd take something a whole bunch stronger than me. Hey, you! Hi again. I didn't have the horsepower to lift that cover, but I knew something that did.
Hey! What are you doing?
Just setting something up. You'll love this.
You've anchored the van.
Let me ask you a hypothetical question. Your driver
Alphonse, damn his cowardly liver.
is scared of earthquakes, right? What would he do if there was an earthquake right now?
He'd slam the truck into gear and get out of here like... Oh,
That's right. With a manhole following him home.
he would never live it down.
Is that a bad thing?
No, that's what sells your crazy scheme to me.
Earthquake! Earthquake!
Magnifique! I don't know what I'll tell the insurance people, monsieur, but it was worth it.
Sprinkling sunshine into people's lives. I guess that was what I lived for. But right now, the sewer beckoned. This archway had been bricked up, and not that long ago either. No mystery there. I was the one who wrecked the original in the first place. The wall was well built and very, very solid. I left the ancient archway alone. I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in the skull's mouth. But hey, what the heck? I was only risking mutilation. No blade took my hand off at the wrist, and no spider bit me, for which I was very grateful, but there was nothing in there to help me either. A big, spooky skull stared out at me. The mouth looked out of proportion. I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in the skull's mouth. But hey, what the heck? I was only risking mutilation. No blade took my hand off at the wrist, and no spider bit me, for which I was very grateful, but there was nothing in there to help me either. There was nothing I could do with the ancient archway that wouldn't have upset archaeologists.